As I drew closer to the commercial district, I could hear the screams of panicked onlookers and the sound of police sirens. Jack, what's the situation? Exactly.
It was reported on news that police are in pursuit of fiend hijacking hot dog stand.
Which means we just have to follow the police sirens.
I have them in my sight, my liege. Look, 3 o'clock.
I looked in the indicated direction, and I saw a bright yellow hot dog wagon charging at full speed through the street. The police were in hot pursuit. There was a little man standing on top of the wagon, a bazooka mounted on his shoulder. He was firing it at the pursuing police cars.
A bazooka on a hot dog stand? What kind of a thief steals a hot dog stand with a bazooka?
One by one, the cars exploded, crashing into the guardrail and out of the chase. It seems the Balboa Empire was behind this after all.
We must finish them off.
Ooh.
My liege, we must finish them off quickly, then return to Cherry Forest.
Yes. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'll protect both the town and our student get-together. With all the police cars now out of the chase, the wagon roared down the street unopposed. Until, bump. I picked up speed as I charged after the wagon. I caught up to it and was able to have a look inside. There's no driver. There was a small device attached to the car which seemed to be steering it. At this rate, someone was going to get hurt. I'll take care of the cyborg on the roof. Jack, find a way to stop that vehicle.
Understood.
Jack and I nodded at each other and then set off, running along the ground. I ran at full speed towards the approaching vehicle, then lapsed at the leaped, not lapsed. I leaped at the cyborg on his roof. The cyborg fixed its bazooka on me, tracing the arc of my jump. Stryker system, Hiryu! I could see the Hiryu's, I can't say that word, electric current to amplify my speed, turning my body into a living missile. Such a kick could break through even an inch-thick steel. Machine guns. The electromagnetic spark enveloped my body. In the same moment, the cyborg opened fire. My enhanced kinetic vision allowed me to clearly see each of the shots fired at me. Such barrage was not enough to pierce through Hiru's shockwave. I ignored it and continued on, delivering a full-powered kick to the cyborg. The barrage grazed my coat with the force of a storm, but none of the shots landed. The cyborg panicked as he saw me driving closer. I aimed my foot straight at his chest. Oh no, oh! Suddenly, the cyborg produced a metal shield. It blocked most of the force from my kick. The shock sent him rolling head over heels onto the street. The next moment I saw Jack climbing into the wagon. I was sure he'd be able to stop it. I strode up to the fallen cyborg and readied my finishing blow.
Take this.
Take this. The cyborg bounced off the ground and regained his footing, then released a rain of silver light. Ding, ding, ding. I deflected the throwing knives out of the air. They clinked down to the pavement. The cyborg took that opportunity to jump away and glared back at me. Just who are you? What are you trying to do here?
I am Duran. They call me the Brainiac Duran. They do. And I am after your head, of course. But I must congratulate you for enduring a head-on bazooka blast.
You can't beat a striker with a weapon like that.
Then what about one like this?
The cyborg named Duran jumped neatly backward and pulled out a new weapon from his backpack. This one was a flamethrower, and where were they even coming from? Okay, I could not read that for my life. Goodness gracious.
Oh, Spaceballs the flamethrower!
He charged at me, spewing crimson flame from the barrel. I told you it's useless. Why won't you listen? I twisted and drove to dodge the flames, then knocked the weapon out of Duran's hand.
It's looking like I can't beat you in a close fight.
Duran snarled at me, then removed something from his breast pocket. He threw it onto the ground. There was a bright flash, and the world around me went white. Oh God, no! By the time my sight returned, Duran was nowhere to be seen. Now, all that remained was to retrieve that hot dog wagon, crashed into the guardrail. Huh. Jack had certainly chosen a reckless way to stop it. I was expecting more of a fight.
Oh, grateful am I that they stopped the car. I have no skill with mechanical things.
But why on earth were they attacking a food stall? That's what I want to know. Goodness, seriously.
Verily, 'tis a puzzling question.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Jack, keep watch.
Understood.
I kept my wits about me as I entered the crashed wagon. Inside, it had been picked clean. Cardboard boxes were scattered here and there, and the refrigerator was open and empty. Did they really go through all of this just to steal some hot dogs? The moment I spoke, the wagon's hatch suddenly closed. It locked with a clack. Oh, fuck.
We've already got all the hot dogs we have.
The bionic human's voice echoed through the car. Oh, the bionic human's voice. Oh, I could do the bionic voice. Oh, not too late. Has the Balboa Empire really sunk this low? Petty theft?
Of course. That's not all we're after. We just thought we might take two birds with one stone.
What? What did you... You can't mean... Suddenly, a pale crackling light enveloped the wagon. I tried to open the hatch, but I couldn't get it to budge. Oh God, it won't open.
It is no use. Now, nothing that uses electricity can break through my repulsion field.
Of course. So this wagon was just a trap to lure me in. I gritted my teeth and broke through the glass with my fist.
Stryker system to sushi. Sushi.
I ran my 1,000-volt sword through the field, but the blue discharge only increased in strength.
I told you, it is no use. You can't escape my field. As long as you've got those Stryker units on you.
As long as I've got them on me?
My liege, what is going on here?
Jack, you were able to get through the field?
It might be enough to shock a normal human, but I am anything but normal human, huh?
That's right. He said that if I took off my Stryker unit, I would be able to pass through the field. As a bionic human, I could surely withstand the same voltage as Jack, but just as I was about to put the plan into action, an alarm went off in my head. Something was wrong here. The cyborg called himself Brainiac? Would he really come up with a plan with such an obvious flaw?
What will it be now? Will you take off your units and flee?
You. Just what are you planning?
You've got a good instinct. That wagon is loaded with explosives. You'll see. Soon you'll be facing a big boom.
What? What did you say?
There is trouble, my liege. Look outside of the wagon.
What? At some point, the police had formed a ring around the wagon. The media were also in position. A gang of curious onlookers had assembled.
We have you surrounded. Please leave the vehicle quietly.
We're reporting live from the scene. The suspect has locked himself inside the car.
Oh God, this is terrible. If I left the wagon now, the people would be caught up in the explosion. Wow, if I left the wagon now, the people would be caught up in the explosion. I turned to the onlookers and began to shout as loud as I could. Oh God, you've all got to get out of here. There's a bomb in the car. The
suspect is shouting something about a bomb. Could this be some sort of threat?
Don't make this any worse for yourself. It's not too late. Just come out quietly.
It is no use, my leash. They are not listening to you. Oh, Jack. Fuck. Can you start the car and maybe just drive us out of here? It's impossible. The crash has rendered that car unable to be driven.
What will you do, Stryker? We have got no way out. You have got no way out now. And your time is ticking, ticking, ticking into the future.
How dare you sing that song?
If you run away now, you can at least save yourself. Or do you want to get blown up with the townsfolk? Ooh, must wheel.
I didn't know what to do. Cold sweat ran down my forehead. If I removed the Stryker units and escaped, could I then drag the wagon to a safe distance? It wasn't possible. I would need the Stryker units to lift the car. As long as the field was in place, that wasn't going to happen. Could I find and disarm the bombs, or somehow warn the police outside? No, there probably wasn't the time for that. In that case, there was only one thing to do. I chose my course of action and set my Stryker drive.
Yeah, we're just gonna fly the fuck out of here. Car and all. Witness the power of the Strykers, of the technology of Japan.
I used my Stryker drive, Senden, to increase the power of my legs and their limit, and stamped down on the wagon floor. My foot passed through the field and made contact with the asphalt beneath. Just as I thought, even if my Stryker units were locked inside the field, I could still get my legs onto the ground. We're gonna run out of here? Yeah. I lifted the car, began running it down the street. I was heading for the ocean. If I ran straight down this road, it would have to bring me to the coast. If it exploded underwater, it would surely do no harm to the people.
Get back, everyone. The terrorists are making their escape.
The townspeople gave me a wide berth as I came near. They may have thought I was a terrorist, but at least it gave me a clear path.
Sacrificing yourself to save the people. But no one's gonna thank you.
I don't care about that. I'm just doing my duty. I was a bionic human. My power existed to protect the people. I was a machine, no different from the gun or a cannon. It didn't matter what people thought of me. I would still give my life to see my duty through. I ran with all my might and arrived at the harbor. I could just make out the ocean beyond.
You are out of time. Die, Stryker.
I'm sorry, Haruna. I wish I could have kept my promise to you. Whispering the apology in my heart, I jumped into the sea. The largest explosion to ever rock Japan. No, sorry. That was probably not accurate or very nice. Toyama! That's what these Japanese say when they watch fireworks, isn't it? Yep. Too bad we can't see anything from here, though. But at least, oh god, oh goodness. Well, at least the townsfolk will get a spectacular view. At least, no, god damn it. You haven't inspired her. You haven't inspired her. You haven't inspired her. At least, no. You have inspired her. At least this spell is the ends for the Stryker Zero. We were able to secure a good meal, a successful day all round. Their eyes were fixed on the center of the room. A pile of hot dogs was sitting there, the bounty they had stolen from the cart. Each of the cyborgs had a hot dog in hand, and contentedly patting a full belly with the other.
It's been so long since I could really eat my fill. This is so nice.
Well, don't you have a class to get together or something today? Why don't you bring some of those instead of, I don't know, a lunch?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, but man, you think we can eat all these hot dogs? I mean, shit, it'd be like karma or something if they just went bad. Oh, don't think we have to worry about that. No, we've got quite a few big eaters here.
I wonder if our neighbor would like some too.
By the way, I noticed Hilko and Joseph aren't back from their shopping yet. The mouth gets a bit dry only eating hot dog. I could use something to drink. I am certainly in the mood for a toast. Don't celebrate just yet. We haven't confirmed he's dead.
Hello, everyone. I have returned. I have.
Good work today. So you did find his body then,
I found the remains of the wagon within the ocean, but not his body.
On hearing Duran's report, the cyborgs let out a collective sigh of disappointment. Maybe the bomb blew him clear, or into tiny bits.
There is that possibility. I have sent probes to continue monitoring the situation. But when there's an explosion in the water, it's unnatural not to find even a single piece. It is.
Goodness me. Another plan has failed us then. Oh, this is crazy. We're gonna have to answer for this sooner or later. Well, when the time comes, I imagine they'll blame Colonel Miro before they blame us. I really do wish he'd check in. Just what is he off doing anyway?
That reminds me. Lieutenant Hilko told me that she caught a glimpse of Colonel Miro at the train station. Really? At the station? He was asking a station man how to get to a village called Yamanaka.
Yamanaka? Hey, someone bring me a map. Rin pulled out an atlas. Murray skimmed through the index, then furiously began flipping the pages. Oh, there it is. Oh, goodness. It's off the beaten track, isn't it? I mean, the hell would Colonel Miro want in some backwater burg like that?
It hasn't anything about it to me. He hasn't said anything about it to me.
So, did the Colonel take the train, or not?
Lieutenant Hilko lost sight of him. She did, just as he was about to buy the ticket.
You don't think he's planning to go AWOL and hide out in some remote village, do you?
Excuse me. I volunteered to go looking for the Colonel.
Just wait a minute. What about your classes?
I'm sorry, but I'll return as soon as I possibly can.
Well, there she goes. That girl is something else.
Well, I'm back. And what are people doing? Corporal Wren just stormed past me in the hall.
Oh, I mentioned that you'd caught a glimpse of Colonel Miro.
Oh, that. Speaking of which, I really do wonder, what is he up to with that village of his?
You're just wondering about that now?
This is not the time. I've got something far more important.
And what's that now? Something more important than Colonel Miro's whereabouts?
Yes, it is. I've just found the most amazing book.
Amazing book. That old manga you're carrying around? What are you doing? What are you going to do with that? We can't be wasting our money on comic books. Reserve your judgment. This is no more mere comic book.
Precisely. With this in our possession, there is no way we can lose to Stryker.